Okay.
So, I should be able to load it on. Get things set up here. Chromebook. So hopefully you'll remember it to take it home this side. Too bad.
Is it missing the annoying hum?
I have not listened for that yet. Also, I don't think I hooked up the battery yet, so because I kept having to pull it out so I could fiddle with it. But so now this needs to plug into.
I discovered that if I want to put my phone upstairs overnight, since I don't have a good high power wall wart up there, the best way to do it is to plug the wall wart into the battery and the battery into the phone. Come the end of the night, both the battery and the phone will be fully charged. Otherwise, the phone keeps popping on saying, low speed charger, not charging, low speed charger, not charging, low power charger, not charging. And using as much energy telling me that as it's getting out of the charger. If not a little more.
Yep.
I suppose we should say something so that he can tell whether or not there's anything coming. See if there's some noise coming out of it.
Well, there is a noise. It's not as bad. Huh. Yeah, it gets. Let me try this. This. And then that. I'm still hearing a little bit of a sound. And it gets a little bit louder when there's
Conversation.
conversation, yes. Well, that's so good. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Well, it's tolerable, but I really wish I could figure out what was causing it.
A rift in the time-space continuum.
Yes, obviously that's the problem.
I mean, that's a solution in Star Trek, because for everything in the Star Trek universe.
Does that help at all?
No, it didn't help.
Didn't make it any better, didn't make it any worse.
Not really, no.
Okay.
Huh.
That makes me suspect that it is neither the battery nor the cable.
Yeah, that's true.
What can you do?
I've replaced the battery and the cable
With a different,
with a Walmart and a different cable. So it is now running off wall power.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's tolerable, it's just a little irritating.
They are younger than I expected, actually.
Yes, I picked up this nifty little three-prong adapter at one point.
so did we have anything else that was to be done in town?
Oh, we're still in New York?
Evidently,
Okay.
I double checked and was told that yes, we were still in town.
Yes, you have not left yet.
And you didn't want to leave until at least the 17th.
Correct.
When it was only the 16th, according to Mike.
Okay.
Not leaving until the 17th is a lab or workshop upgrade.
It is an engineering workshop upgrade, yes.
Okay. So presumably we're waiting for things to be delivered, or there's stuff that still has to be calibrated or something.
Yes.
And I'm telling the group it'll take time for me to have everything ready to go.
Stop listening to that. 'Cause it's annoying. Okay. We'll be here in a few minutes.
Yes, if he was here and left again, I am fairly going to have that's the case.
Yeah.
He was disqualified.
Well, there's something Annie wouldn't mind doing before we leave, which is check it talk about getting into John Doe's library.
Ah, yes.
And then look up the Bolshoi Theater, St. Basil's Cathedral, the
Ah,
railroad station, Zedier Park, and the Massini River, because I'm betting that John Doe has information, and I anticipate I'll run into plenty of red numbers, but it'll, even the red numbers will tell me that this is on the right track.
Pat, can you check these rice cakes?
Well, par for the course.
You got there before it exploded.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
That's fourth over the law. Let's see. Here is worse. Sunday afternoon. Toilet breaks.
That's not a feature.
So I have to finish cleaning up the basement clean the rugs after the stupid plumber flooded the basement. Going
The plumber
downstairs.
flooded it?
Yeah, plumber flooded it. Asshole. So I'm going down, and I'm carrying stuff up, the light stuff up into the living room, the heavy stuff I'm moving the other half of the basement.
Okay.
And if I lean on the other railing, I break it right off to the wall. Like, okay. Then, my very expensive chess set, when I'm cleaning up train stuff, I drop a boxcar on it and break a piece.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Then I got one thing left in the pool table room, other than the pool table. The shelf full of train stuff. I said, well, you know, I put casters on it, so I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna put the wrap plastic around it, and then it'd be one piece, and I'll just wheel it out. Well, I pulled one half out fine, the other half I pulled out, tipped it right over, smashed into the pool table, broke all my train stuff.
Oh,
Wow. It's all in one afternoon.
you know,
That's a really bad afternoon.
I will
Terrible, awful, really bad day.
I will say that when I have had days like that, I have decided to quit while I'm behind before more things bust. I honestly went to my boss one day and said, I would like to improve my productivity by leaving before I wreck anything else.
Well, I didn't get permission when I did that
And
once.
we talked a little bit and he said, leave.
No. And I blew something up at the Navy lab because I was in a hurry. I said, all right, that's it. I'm going home. I walked out to the car. There's a ticket on it.
It just does not end.
Then I got home and the neighbors playing music really loud, so I have to walk over there with a baseball bat to get them to turn it down. And I told
Had
my
you walked over there previously without a baseball bat and
No.
refused?
No, but I had a feeling this guy might not accommodate me. I was wrong, but never hurts to be sure. And then I called my boss. I said, I'm home. I'm not coming back in. He laughed because he had already heard. No. Oh, hey, you computer guys, explain this to me. Thursday morning, I go and I turn on my Visio, which I've been using for on this computer since 2010, and it won't work. Doesn't run. But here's what's weird. It only doesn't run for me. If anyone else logs into my computer, it runs fine.
You have a directory permissions problem in all likelihood, or a missing RC file.
But it worked fine the day before.
I am not debating that. I am saying the most likely causes are something like that. It has to be something that is different about your login versus others. Were there auto updates that might have had an effect on your login? Is any one sysadministrator do anything fun with the system that might have changed something?
Not, the only thing they did is if they would have done something, they would have done it to everybody's computer.
One would think that it would be trivial to make it consistent all across all users, but it isn't ever.
Yeah.
So,
Not if your network is more than 3 computers, and sometimes it's more than 2.
so it didn't work Thursday. I just spent 2 hours with the IT guy.
Does Visio create a log file? I don't even know myself because I never went into that kind of thing with Visio.
Yeah, I don't know, it's individual license only. Type projects. And it would work Friday, and then Monday, it seriously worked.
That almost sounds like,
I can't explain it.
well,
And I didn't do anything.
You
Yeah,
might not have.
but if memory serves me correctly, Microsoft pushed out a bunch of urgent updates on Thursday.
Okay, my Visio is Visio Professional 2002.
So,
It's very old.
Yes,
Not supported,
I know it's not supported, but that doesn't
but
mean
there
that,
may have been something that got pushed out.
But why would it work for everyone else except me?
Dumb luck.
I mean, I can understand what you're saying, Scott, and I'm very happy to blame Microsoft.
computers hate
Yeah.
you,
DLL help.
but,
Why?
I know how that can happen. The reason it works for you and the reason it works for everybody else and not for you is the DLL path statement. You have a path, there's a difference, so they're hitting DLLX from directory C, and you're hitting DLLX from directory A, and for them, A is after C, and for you, A is before C.
I didn't make it.
Because in your case, you get, it's been installed in there forever, so as other things have been added, your path your Visio directory is earlier in the path. For them, they get all the standard path stuff, and then when they start Visio, it gets the Visio path.
So I couldn't use my tool. Okay. Here, I want you to go biking, but you have no bicycle.
Well,
The
without
variation
those
on-
drafting pencils and,
My favorite variation that I had to solve for that once was for me and another person, program X always worked fine. And for the rest of the people in the department, it failed. And this didn't matter which computer it was on. It followed us from computer to computer.
Ah,
I finally figured out that the difference was that what we had was a workflow difference. The colleague that it worked in me, the first thing we always started was this program. The rest of them, the first thing they always started was some other program.
And it worked if you started at first, but not if anything else was already running.
Yes, because it came with a custom version of one of the quote standard unquote Windows DLLs.
well, I rebooted my machine like 3 times.
there are plenty of reasons to do that, and all of them eventually get you.
Yes.
That doesn't prevent people from continuing to try.
Yes. Microsoft pushed out a bunch of urgent updates on Wednesday night, Thursday.
Someone didn't quite get the catnip they were expecting.
Yep.
Because they needed new Japanese calendars, and as long as they were at it, they pushed some other stuff.
Well, all I know is that 2 days, I couldn't do anything.
This is one is so old, it's not Windows, but it is Microsoft. I think the strangest error message I've ever gotten was an old computer that was in the process of failing. I was doing something in some directory and told it to go back to the root directory, and it said directory not found. Everything else was seeming normal, but if I tried to go to the root directory not found.
That's unpleasant.
Yeah, I think the computer failed to boot 2 or 3 days later and was a boat anchor from then on, but
Yeah, I even tried to reinstall Visio, but unfortunately I got it from the server, not from the CD. And that server hadn't been in use in 5 years.
Okay, well,
So that's my life.
so,
I forgot, did I sneak out of the Russian consulate yet?
No,
I don't
Not
think
sure.
so.
Okay.
no,
So-
you got your reading,
Mm-hmm.
but then you haven't left yet.
Okay.
You don't need to make another
Stealth
roll. You've already made your stealth roll. You haven't broken stealth.
And Paris is in the same zone. eh?
And she remains in the same zone as you, yes.
Well, that wasn't so bad, was it?
certainly could have been
Could have been worse, could have been outside.
I was just going to say, pointing out the way that it could have been worse might not be the best bet right now.
But unfortunately, I got information that I needed, I just don't like it.
If you say so, I mean, you shuffled a deck of cards and then you put 3 cards down, and I don't know, I mean, there were 3 cards. That's all the meaning I got from it. I think at least 1 or 2 of them might have been women.
One. That's our, gonna be our protagonist, one of our protagonists.
Okay.
Antagonists?
I think it's gonna be one of our antagonists.
yeah.
We're the protagonists.
I don't know, we're pretty amateurish at times.
Yes.
I don't know, we were amateur according to Carpin.
What?
Have we just crossed over midnight into the 17th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we did, because he started his tarot read at
Yes.
midnight.
And I had to be able to tag that.
Yes.
So it's
No.
about 12:30 in the morning.
Nursing. I have to go. Yes, I left them. They're with the nurses. Bye.
Is that your mom?
Yeah.
So you want to create something that when it goes off, suddenly there is about a zone worth of rubble or gravel or
Yep.
sure.
And you're doing this in the middle of the night
No, I'm probably gonna do it starting about 10 o'clock in the morning
on the 17th.
On the 17th.
on the 17th.
Yeah, I'm not making you do any rolls because your stealth is like what, godlike +3? You've already gotten through all the doors. You're going out now, which is easier.
Yeah.
Climbing down a fire escape isn't hard. So, yes, you just can get back to your car and put your clothes back on.
Putting the clothes back
Oh, you're
on.
putting the clothes back on first, okay.
Yeah, that
Nobody
does
can
sort of
see
make
you,
sense.
what do you care? Oh, it's probably kinda
It's a little
cold
bit chilled out
outside.
there.
Yeah, it's kinda cold outside.
Well, I could take it, but nothing.
No, she would,
She would not
stress out.
consider it.
Alright, so you put your clothes back on, head out. Nobody sees you because nobody is carefully watching, you know, there's no shadows or spirits who are carefully watching for you.
It's about to pop me if it were.
Not easily,
It's
no.
possible.
Oh, can you
It
spot
is-
me? Can you get godlike +4?
Not unless there are, bonuses I can tag in some way or another.
See?
I normally top out at godlike +1, but
There are NPCs
actually
who
if
could
I
spot
rolled
you.
4, if I rolled +4 and used a fate point, I could.
Somebody's got pretty good investigation if they can roll a godlike +4.
Anyway, so you make it back to the, yeah, none of them, I don't think there's anybody in New York who can do that. Make it back to the car, drive home. Did you wanna do anything else tonight? Drive train cars around or?
No, I think I'll just spend time with her so she's not quite so mad at me.
Alright, probably a good idea. So it is morning. It is the morning of the 17th. The morning of the 17th is very exciting to Paris. Lots of whining and some
What's
barking.
the cheese with that one?
Actually, that's Oreo.
Oh, okay. So it is, so today is the day that your engineering workshop is finished with its upgrade.
Yes, it is.
We'll say it finishes at the
Okay.
end. So what you're using as a base is for your explosive device is a stick of dynamite
A quarter stick of dynamite and
and
a quantity of golden powdered gemstones.
okay. Mainly because you need to increase
Yes.
the base level on a stick of dynamite.
Uh-huh.
Especially a quarter stick of dynamite isn't gonna cut that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you need to do the enchantment, so that's good to great, right?
Yep. One, two, three, four. As long as I roll at least par, it will be 15 minutes. So that's one. Two. That's a half an hour.
Are you spending fate points for
No, they're counters.
Okay.
There you go.
6. That's a really good one.
Not 22.
Go.
It might look a little nicer.
Yes. 8.
You
Now then, if memory serves me correctly, that one was an extra 15 minutes.
Horrible, not good for you.
Yes. So that took me 2.25 hours.
About when did you start?
Oh, about 10 o'clock in the morning. So I finished up just about lunchtime.
All right.
And then I call Annie.
She's gonna love this. Here, I have some magic dynamite that does something that's impossible.
Well, you probably get the Shar on the radio. May I help you, sir?
Hi, it's Simon. I have some explosives that I would like Annie to test. Just have her call me back, please.
Okay, and as I recall, you have more than one property. Which one shall she contact you?
The brownstone.
Okay. I will pass along the message. She's in the middle of something right now.
Okay.
So probably about a half an hour later, a ring and probably get your settlement.
Actually, I'm expecting you, and if memory serves me correctly, Simon's out of, not Simon, Adam.
Adam is outside of the country.
Yes.
Adam is out of the country for the next, about 3 weeks. 3.5 weeks. He's due back about the 10th of February. Hi, Annie.
Hello, Simon. I'm returning your call. You left a strange message.
I have the explosive I want you to test.
Okay. And what am I testing for precisely?
Well, I want to prevent damage to innocent bystanders, both living and architectural. So it's a tunnel filling explosive.
A what?
A tunnel filling explosive.
To my knowledge, you don't know about and she goes through various scientific things about packing and has that changed recently, Simon?
No.
And where are we going to carry out these experiments?
Wherever you think would work well. We could do it up at the falls if you like, or we could just run. I'm certain we could find a semi-abandoned quarry or something close to
Okay,
town.
you find the quarry or mine or whatever. It should have tunnels and archways, and I will contact you once I am done with another project.
Okay.
So I finish up the last of the unpacking, and then I check with Hawk to see if I can gain access to John Doe's library.
So the phone rings for a while.
Oh, that's unusual.
Yeah. And Betty answers.
Hello, Betty.
Hello.
This is Annie.
Hello, Annie.
Is something wrong there? I've never had the phone ring that many times.
We're doing some construction, and it's difficult to get around right now. There's big holes in the floor, and construction
My.
equipment, and it's just difficult to get around.
Okay, well, then I guess I won't come by. I was going to ask if I could use the library, but it sounds like it would be a big inconvenience right now.
Right now would not be a good time, yes.
Okay. Thank you anyways.
Certainly.
Is there any way I can help? Or...
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Well then, I will thank her for answering and wish her good luck with the project and have a good day. and go get a snack and then call Simon back. Scheduling problems. I couldn't do what I wanted.
So, while he was doing that, while she was doing that,
She was doing that, yes.
Simon dug up the appropriate ring and started trying to use some, finding it a good place to do this within a reasonable distance. And he's rolling contacting, right?
That's what it was.
Fortunately, you're in your home area.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
And I made a legendary contacting roll.
Okay.
Love it.
So you're looking for. There's no place in Manhattan you could be using this.
No.
No,
No,
one's
I'm thinking-
looking at the Rada
There's
Lair
all sorts
or
of
Philadelphia.
tunnels under Manhattan. They just happen to have trains running in them.
Well, yes.
Or
So
Aqueduct
no.
or Supervise or
I was figuring something, a half an hour out of town or so.
Sure. You found a gravel quarry, an unused, well, formerly used gravel quarry that's about 30 miles north of you.
Okay. I'm making the appropriate
Jersey,
arrangement.
Dylan will visit.
So in any-
Are you gonna buy the land, or what are you doing? Just going to go, well, there's a gravel quarry, nobody will care, I'll just detonate these things.
I will try and figure out who owns it.
Okay. Well, with that, well, not that, because that's, you didn't get a +4.
Right.
But, yes, with your legendary contacting, you got that information.
Is it a private party, a company?
Yes, it's a small company that owns it, that you can just,
And it is currently Thursday. I will call the small company and tell them I wish to have the use of their quarry for doing some explosive testings this afternoon.
okay.
And feel that I should compensate them for this.
Certainly, make a resources roll. It's possible for him to roll -4.
That would be a superb resources roll.
See, now, if that had been a -4, it wouldn't have been high.
Good one. Good one.
All right. Yes, you certainly can, for that amount of money, rent it for the day. And detonate whatever you want in disused gravel quarry.
Whatever we want.
Well, it shouldn't
they don't have enough imagination
expand
to
beyond
think
the,
how bad that could be.
so.
I had specified I wanted to use the quarry, not the quarry and surrounding area.
Yeah, so no explosions of more than 3 zones.
Okay.
So when Annie calls back, I say, yeah, we can go here.
Okay.
Do you want me to pick you up at the Century Club? Do you want me to meet you at the Century Club and we fly over, or what?
My staff still has some things to do to prep, so I think I will meet you.
Okay. Bring dynamite detonating stuff.
Okay, just the detonators. Got it.
Well, and whatever else you need to activate the detonators.
What I think they have.
So I will drive to the Century Club and pick her up and drive out there.
I have a bag from working with high explosives. Where I assume that I have equipment.
Boom bag, yes.
So,
Well, you're a demolition expert, I would hope you'd have stuff
so
for your expertise. Yeah.
So, are Simon gonna enter the Century Club?
probably because Annie's probably having tea down in her room.
Probably.
Okay. Well, what Jack would have done is he would have had.
Resources roll. Super.
Excellent.
He was pretty good.
Yeah.
For me, yeah.
We're both can use. Maybe.
Yeah. Making arrangements for fuel along our flight.
Yeah, well, Rick gambles more than Edgy does.
You're not
and
taking
Rick
the
is
blame.
Lucky.
We're not?
No.
You spent several hours discussing what you were going to do, and you decided to take Cloud 9 with a special strap-on device.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. Well, forget that.
A
I've got a
special
whole bunch of money
device in the engine room.
and a high probability of being dead.
You don't want to call it a strap-on? That's fine with me.
Women.
I especially don't want to call it that when it is involving thrust.
Possible explosions.
So yes, I'm picking Annie up at the Century Club and went inside the Century Club,
Okay.
and that would have been 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah,
Somewhere around.
I would have been there by then. So, I would be seeing you, and I would say, Simon,
Yes.
stopped up at the library, and here is the tarot read I got last night. 10 of Wands, 8 of Swords, Empress. My question was, what aspect the Baba Yaga is going to be in when we meet John Doe, the day after we meet John Doe.
Okay. So Scott's opinion was that it was probably
Midwife?
midwife.
Yes.
Does Simon agree with this? I assume this is mysteries is a knowledge thing.
Wow.
Do I care? I care.
Do you really want to know?
Yeah, I really want to know. But I'm just going to take the +2 to make it legendary.
All right. Yes. You would agree
Okay.
with yourself.
Yes. Well, that's good, but also look at the other 2 cards.
I think he looked at all 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
The 10 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the Empress. Yeah. I mean,
not a cheery outlook.
yeah. I mean,
Could be worse.
yeah, it could be worse, but
You always do
yeah,
this.
we're good. It's certainly looks like it's
Gonna be uphill.
not going to be anything
Uphill
to
is
love,
a good
possibly.
way to put it. Uphill carrying a fair debt.
And we're out of our depth, and we're going to underestimate our enemy. But other than that, everything's right.
No, it's not that we're going to. It's that we need to be careful not to. And while we have trouble ahead, yeah, we know we have trouble ahead. The question is, how much of the trouble ahead is actually her?
If you didn't want trouble ahead, you could just stay home.
I know.
Yes,
Not unless Jack's luck is like mine. I might as well go to work. I'm gonna break something there. It's not mine.
No.
Oh, 3 for John Doe already.
Oh my.
Rolling Main Street.
So, well, I'm taking Annie out to a quarry to test some explosives.
Cool.
We'll be back in however long it takes.
Got room for another person to tag along? I'm interested. And all packed and slightly bored.
Okay.
It's got some explosives.
It's explosives that Simon was hinting about an unusual effect on. I'd like
Well,
to
I don't
see
think
how it
Simon
plays
would
out.
make explosives that were just boring. What would the point be? Just buy those.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you were to make fireworks, it'd be like that one from the Fellowship of the Ring movie, the Flying Dragon, you know.
Okay, Scott forgot how many people Gold Bug carries.
Oh,
I think
the smaller one, isn't it?
That's the smaller one. I think it only carries. Well, I think it has a.
A rumble seat.
I think it has a rumble seat.
A rumble seat.
I'll take it. 30
Okay.
miles, he said.
Yeah.
Doubt you'll be tearing up the road for this.
Well, I mean,
Have fun in your rolling your endurance.
see, the thing is, the road to a gravel pit is not a good road. So I suppose if Simon decides once he hits that road, he's going to slow down to 10 miles an hour, you're going to be fine. Simon?
I will try and be careful.
Okay. Well, if you're driving, make a driving roll, because, as I said, not good road. Starts out, I mean, you're on the city
It's a
streets.
gravel road.
Yes. It certainly is.
That would require me to go slower than I want to go right now.
Well, it doesn't require you to go any particular speed. Just tell me what you got for your drive roll and tell me if you're slowing down. Unless you want to re-roll. of
I can
course.
do better than that.
All right.
Yeah, that's the one.
Not exactly a rumble seat.
What is
That's
what
a
is in
little better.
that then?
It's a side seat.
It's like a
Like a
sidecar.
sidecar on
Okay.
a
Sure.
motorcycle.
Is that
Alright.
for that car?
The Kissel Gold Bug.
Yes.
Bandana
They
over my face in
basically-
case it gets dusty.
It's a chair strapped on
it-
the side.
You know,
You're shitting me.
20 years earlier, the cabs were all completely open,
Oh, no, no.
and people had to wear special jackets and hats.
Goggles.
You fold down the
Goggles.
back, and then you can shove it inside.
Okay.
So it has to be
very
small
strange.
enough to fit in the trunk.
No. You shove it into the side of the car.
Oh.
It's like a slot, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You grab this. It looks like you've got a handle there. You pull it out. You flip up the back, and the person sits in it. You know.
That is just weird.
Yeah. What it looks like.
I don't even see a seatbelt. Well, that must be fun.
All right.
Seatbelts are not
Mediocre.
standard equipment. Yeah.
So you rolled mediocre.
They
Yep.
weren't standard equipment in the 60s.
Yeah. I know.
Isn't very good.
So, are you slowing down when you get to the really bad road?
Oh, a little bit. And it's some.
It's probably going to be a -2 penalty.
Make an athletics roll.
Athletics?
Yes.
You're hanging on.
I see.
As you knocked out of
Did
the
you
seat.
see that seat?
That's not gonna
Wow, go with the -4.
No.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, there's one on each side, by the way, just in case you're wondering.
Because if you fall off that bad, the car runs over you.
Probably not.
Oh, it's average. Well, that's much better.
Is
That's the
average good enough to
1923.
hang on to
the
the
whole
seat?
CD. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't
Maybe.
even get that. Ah, come on, go with
Do
it.
I fall? If I go with that, do I
He's
do
not
I
gonna tell you.
get there or not?
Well,
You make up your mind.
you have to
You have to make up your
decide
mind.
before
Are you
it gives
are you
results.
are you satisfied with that roll?
Not. Oh,
Oh, come on.
You're
Are
looking.
you
Your
gonna hang on to
character is sitting in that seat, looking ahead and going. The road kind of does this.
the first one was trouble like me, which just gained me one shift, which is annoying.
No, I can't do 3.
Oh, you're right.
You went from -4 to -1.
-1. That's the point. That's not bad. Never good enough. That bumps it up to good.
Okay, so for some reason Simon seems to be a little extra, swervy, like even more than the road demands.
He's trying to third his car.
But you managed to hang on. I mean, you're like holding on for dear life,
Sure.
trying to keep your butt in the seat, and you do so. You don't actually injure yourself or fall out of the seat.
Until the next 100 yards.
No,
You do it again.
that's they come to their destination.
Oh, you can do it on the way back.
But really, Simon could have driven them more carefully than that.
I suspect I suspect he might have been driving carefully by different standards than I would prefer, like dodging the larger rocks and the potholes.
Things like that. But he didn't seem to keep you in mind while driving for some reason.
Oh well.
Most people would have fallen out of their seat and landed on the road. I mean, he was only going 15 miles an hour at the time, but still, that would hurt.
Yes. Good thing I'm not.
You would have had some road rash.
Well, you save your save points.
Well, yes, that's why most people would have been. Well, I mean, if they'd rolled badly enough, they could have actually fallen
Yeah, well, they
underneath the
rolled
wheel. But yeah,
If they rolled a -4, yeah.
yep. So you're there. You're at the gravel pit.
I give Annie what looks like a box that would hold Christmas tree ornaments.
You're kidding.
And you open it up,
And
and there are little cylinders about the size of
An M80.
a quarter stick of dynamite
An M80.
that are covered with gold and gem dust, making some very strange looking patterns.
This is an explosive?
Yep. Well,
What is the explosive force supposed to be?
yeah, I'm not explosive. Might be
It's surprising.
explosive. Might be.
An
Well, yeah,
oversimplification?
it's gonna push stuff
Hold
out of the way.
this. I go off in the center of the gravel quarry.
So you climb down the side of the
Yep,
gravel quarry to the bottom.
Human spider, sure.
I don't know, but just like not walking down a quarry.
Anyways, and I look around for a good place to plant this where I can observe the results of this unknown explosion that I don't trust at all.
So not quite near the center, but there's a rock. It's about like that,
Okay,
and sort of flat topped. It
excellent.
looks like somebody might have evened it off so people could sit down here for rest or something.
Well, they won't anymore.
There's
so-
no machinery around here, so they haven't been mining gravel for a while.
So set it up as if it were a quarter stick of dynamite for explosive power, because that's
Okay.
what he said it was.
All right.
And then make sure that it's safe. It's 4 sticks of dynamite as far as where
It's
the
a gravel
explosion will
quarry.
be,
Just
so
get out of the quarry, you'll
get
be
out
fine.
of the quarry. Okay.
And you've got
The detonator.
detonator you've
Sure.
implanted, and you've connected it to a wire, and you walk the wire back up to the top of the gravel quarry. And you've got it, yeah. You're ready, you press it, and suddenly a full zone width and height of gravel just goes boom. It's hard to calculate explosive force from something like that. I mean, it's like he somehow managed to get compressed matter inside of that dynamite
But
stick.
I looked at it. It isn't what.
There's no mechanism for him to contain compressed
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
It's just a pretty looking stick of, well, it was a pretty looking stick of dynamite.
Yeah, it wasn't heavy either.
No, it did not feel, it didn't have the mass of all that gravel.
Go down, check that the rocks are real,
The rocks are real.
come back up to Simon. I don't think there's an equation for this.
I'm certain you can come up with one.
The second trip, when you go down to check, you mind if Eddie comes along? I wanna look at this gravel also.
Okay, sure.
I'm assuming it really is gravel.
Really
What
is
I'm
gravel.
checking for, is it warmer than ambient? Are there any unusual smells? Is there anything that distinguishes it from the large quantities of gravel
That are elsewhere around this gravel pit.
other than the
Okay.
fact that it wasn't there a few moments ago?
Oh, that's okay.
That is a -1, which is only great for
Investigation.
well, for
Visuals.
taste and smell, but everything else I'm at fantastic. But since smell is important on this one, isn't it obvious?
Legendary.
So,
So fantastic for taste and smell, and
taste
legendary
smell,
for everything else.
legendary for my other senses.
While the ambient temperature of the gravel seems to be just normal, no significant difference. The color of the gravel is different. The gravel in this pit seems to be of a lighter color than the suddenly created gravel.
Okay, so it doesn't, it doesn't materialize more of what's already
No.
around it, it
No.
materializes whatever generic gravel is defined explicitly or implicitly by whatever Simon did.
I can
Okay.
just tell you that it's not the same gravel
Right.
as from here.
When I get back up, I will pose that question to Simon, am I right that?
I will set up as if I was blowing an arch or something. And try to figure in the excessive amount of rubble that will be in the area. And see if I can actually do the normal things I do with explosives in order to set them correctly with this.
Okay.
Outlook hazy.
Alright, so you're gonna detonate another
It's pulling
stick.
an ideal gravel. Or an ideal of gravel? A platonic gravel, shall we say.
Yes, I was afraid that was where you were going with.
From your examination, it's not like every single piece is the same.
No,
It's gravel, which
it's-
means that it's various shapes.
right, it's irregular, all the pieces are in a given size range.
1, boom!
There's no boom. I mean, it's just a bunch of gravel.
Does it must
Okay,
make some sort of
was some-
sound.
More of a whoomph.
Okay, oomph, I can
Yeah.
sort of make sense.
See, Dr. Doom having a weapon like that. So I guess all of a sudden rocks and gravel just start flying out.
Okay.
So yes, it's not. It doesn't feel like an explosion. You don't feel that shock wave. It doesn't sound like an explosion.
But subsonic.
Yeah, it's much deeper. It's much more of a, like I said, it's a.
Okay.
And
And when
I
go
assume that
back-
people were looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't quite all appear at once. It's like it emanates from the center point,
Uh-huh.
Like a slinky going out.
something like that. I
You're
mean,
blowing up a balloon real fast?
yeah, kind of like that.
Or like a very small white hole, but for some reason is spitting out gravel.
Like
rather than
I mean, your
gamma rays and
characters would
energetic
know it, but
particles.
like an airbag on a vehicle. It's just
Yeah. Go down there, inspect it, see if it broke what I meant it to break.
it did not break anything. It seems to just fill in empty space.
Well, that's
Did no
different.
damage to the thing that was supposed to go boom.
No.
But its objective is to fill the space, to lift things.
Like,
Go
yeah.
back up to Simon and tell him this isn't explosive anymore.
That's
It's tunnel filling.
It does do that. However, I cannot use it to close down an area like I could with dynamite.
You don't want to close down an area. He wants to go into the theater and set this thing off inside the secret entrance. So when people are inside, they're running away from us because that's all they seem to do. they can't get out.
I am
not
telling-
all they seem to do.
I am telling Simon this doesn't work with my skill set.
Let me see now.
It is not usable for demolition.
No.
So no, it is
But
not.
if you redefine the problem as it creates this volume of stuff and you want to block a passage.
It isn't consistent. It was off. I took, give him the figures. Because I'm figuring the two blocks didn't fill with the exact same amount, right?
Yeah, they did.
Or do they?
Did the first blast and the second blast, if you can call it a blast, produce the same amount?
Same amount of gravel.
Oh,
Yes.
same amount of gravel.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
say different.
Okay, so
So, see, deep ones, okay, run away. The Russian guy in Florida, what did he do? Ran away.
tried to.
Well, yeah, but that's because Jack was there. That's the only reason he didn't get away.
In any case,
Bottom line is everyone's run away.
Villains are cowards mostly. Yes. they're very happy to run away if they can.
This
If they think they're going to lose. If they think they're going to win easily, they don't run away.
Yeah, well, they still remind me way too much of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Brave Sir Robin. Yes.
Run away, run away!
He pulled
I am giving Simon the news that this does not work with any skill set.
Yes. It is not a demolition charge anymore of any sort.
It's a construction charge.
Kind
Yes,
of. Yeah.
construction charge.
yes. Are you certain you couldn't figure out how to optimally place it to fill a to block a tunnel, given that it produces X volume of material?
I can figure out the volumetrics and say that yes, that would block this tunnel. I can't say how well it blocks it. I can't say how structurally strong it is. I can't. I'm assuming I cannot.
With enough work, you could go, well, it does not seem to pack especially tightly, but it does pack a space, so I
It's
mean,
a barrier, but
yeah, it would be considered a barrier if it was somebody's way.
someone with a shovel could excavate.
Yes,
pretty
they could.
easily.
Jack, for instance, with a shovel, could excavate
Well,
his way
that's
through
not
this in
Yeah.
a
They
few
thought-
seconds.
Somebody who's
How long would it block a normal?
yeah.
How long would it block a normal?
with a shovel?
Let's
Somebody
say.
whose might was fair or less.
No, not gonna have fair might.
Average. At best.
One of these
We'll
could
let the guys
probably
think might be fair.
block a tunnel for
But how many of
an
those are there
hour.
in the world?
Yeah, I mean, a surface
With
strong
if there was a normal with a shovel,
How long would it take them?
about an hour to dig through this.
Definitely a useful delay.
Yeah. You just use two then. Boom, boom.
I give him back his devices.
Yeah, I mean, this is assuming the normal person rolls flat, you know,
Zero.
Right.
zero. If he rolls a +4, well, that's a lot less time. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a minute.
Oh, I thought it was 15 minutes. Okay.
No, that'd be only 2 shifts difference.
In any case.
From an hour?
Yes, an hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. 4 minutes, 1 minute.
So you see, a
Right.
normal could get through it in
Very short time.
depending
Yeah.
on the roll.
It's unlikely, but possible.
Yeah.
Now you see, if you fill it up with like solid cement, you're not getting through it that easy.
Not once it sets.
I said solid cement, not like
Yes,
cement.
Set
that's right.
cement,
You did
yes.
say solid.
So it would form as set.
Yes.
See, that would keep people from getting through it very easily. You either need to be Jack, or you need to It'd take a long time with a hammer. Or explosives.
Yeah, or some other special equipment. Digging machine
From-
of some
From
sort.
what the group has told me of these people, I have no reason to believe that physical barrier would stop the them.
I'm dubious it would work. I could be.
I don't, whether or not such a barrier would stop Father Russia, iffy. Baba Yaga, probably not. Okay, have fun. The run-of-the-mill underling that's in there? Yeah.
Okay.
A group of 10 run-of-the-mill underlings, however,
And these guys-
if they can group up, if they can.
Form a group, even if it's just 4. You know? You get a plus
4
2.
people, 1 shovel.
Okay, you would actually need a shovel per person. It doesn't- I mean,
Okay.
you can't just stand behind the guy and cheer him on. He shovels a lot faster.
I was thinking, alright, I go for a burst, next.
Oh, I
next.
suppose that's possible.
Well, I mean, that's how the Romans used to fight. They have one guy in front with the shield stabbing away, and they have a guy behind him. When he get tired, they switch and go back. You know, and your opponent's not doing that, so
Okay.
Simon, here's a thought.
good idea.
If you, if you could, come up with an easily carried potion that would act like quick setting cement when applied to this, idealized gravel.
Yeah, 'cause you might as well just make the cement.
Yeah, but to make the, explosives do their trick with cement rather than gravel, he'd have to start over,
And
whereas
it's
the
going at
potion
least
would be an
50 years,
additional trick.
yards off while you two are having this conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate, but you learn by doing.
In concept, it's a good start.
I learned this week that I'm not gonna do anything dangerous, because it's probably gonna fail. Just like everything else has so far.
It did, however, accomplish one of its objectives.
confuse the hell out of
Amuse
me.
Annie.
Yeah, well, that's maybe,
Paris.
maybe not your most
Thanks for
useful
using
goal
the
here, regardless of even.
Oh, and I didn't say it was a major part of the goal.
Okay, well,
It was a minor attribute.
All right.
Simon has these devices back.
That's good.
Simon
you've used,
and
you've
Edge.
used 2
She
of
used
them.
2
You
of them.
made how many? 5?
8.
8? Oh, okay.
Simon and Edgy are having a discussion of them. Annie went off at least 50 yards because she didn't want to hear it.
Annie went off farther than she couldn't hear what we were saying. Or at least couldn't understand anything that we were saying.
oh, she probably would have felt like she didn't understand what we were saying, even if she'd heard every word.
Some of those
But she
words,
doesn't want to understand
Right.
any of the words.
Right.
Some of those words are English, but they don't work like that.
Okay.
Probably almost everything we said was in English because Simon's technical vocabulary and my technical vocabulary would mostly be in different languages.
Yeah, mostly.
No, not you two. Annie could be.
No, well, he's saying it would be Egyptian for him and Chinese.
Chinese for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
You're
the
young.
way you learned your magic was
Yes.
from that.
Yes. Our base traditions are.
Yup, yup. And these traditions certainly affects terminology choice. Anyway,
So are you driving back
Yes.
now? All right, make sure the drive roll.
Oh, I'll be nice. Good.
Wow, you don't have to make an athletics roll this time.
that's an improvement.
What aspect did you use?
I can do better than that.
Okay, well, you did. You did better than the way in.
I took a little fun out of it.
You know, I bet Edgy doesn't feel that way about it. He probably is happy that he didn't have to
It's
grab
certainly
on
a-
for dear life this time.
It's certainly a more relaxing trip.
I didn't ask his opinion.
I find it rather interesting that the Kissel Automotive Company were more interested in the health and well-being of your luggage than of your passengers.
That is interesting.
Details.
That's because they were designing a 2-seat car, and it probably had enough luggage for 2, maybe 2.5.
Oh well.
And you know those other 2, well, yeah, they're just there for hangers on.
Literally, rather literally.
Yes.
Going gets a little rough.
So, I had tried to get into the library, but evidently John Doe is also having a major upgrade done. So. Ready for the trip?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you think we'll need diving equipment?
One
There is a river.
There is an entrance in the river or near the river?
There's an emergency exit that can be used that could theoretically be used to flood the base.
Or interview. There.
Or yes,
But yes, there is.
So
I mean,
could,
right at the
in
bottom of the
diving
river.
gear,
yes.
go in the emergency exit. If you wanted to flood the base, that would you would have the element of surprise most likely. If you didn't want
And
to
the
flood the base
element
and get a
of
little
collateral damage.
Yep.
well that too.
If you
Details.
didn't want to flood the base, it would get a little trickier.
Well, if the person who made that base had any brains whatsoever, they would have put in a, what they do in a submarine. They have specific walls that they could have enclosed to stop the water from coming in.
That is entirely possible.
Because that's what
I
I would do if I had,
find out.
if I were an evil mad scientist with a secret lair.
My experience is different.
Yeah, well, you're up in
Oh.
the clouds.
Yeah, Annie is definitely not evil, just very
Stupid.
no, easily caught up in her own concern.
Naive.
Some of that,
She has a different point of view.
Chirper?
All right.
But she's the one here.
So it is the evening. You got back. It's the
Yep.
now the evening of the 17th. I mean, it's almost supper time. Are we leaving today? Or are we waiting until tomorrow?
I had said tomorrow, so
Okay.
Okay.
10 a.m. sound good?
Sure.
I'll
I
leave
would
word
say
for
even
the
though-
others.
I would say
Okay.
even go for earlier,
Well,
since it'll be south.
10 a.m. is what time in Russia?
Russia has multiple time zones.
Right,
I mean,
in
Moscow
Moscow.
specifically.
14 hours earlier.
Not
No,
quite
no.
that
No.
long.
It's Central European -1,
Um,
so it's probably about 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah,
no, I-
7. Remember New York.
from
your
New
wife-
York,
your
from New
wife's
York
all over.
to Paris is 6.
Yes.
New York to Paris is 6, New York to Moscow is probably
Of course, they
7.
don't have time
Not
zones on this
awful.
map.
I
Thanks.
don't,
So what? I have this.
I don't think it's 6.
Here.
I think
And
it's
that
6
does
hours
have-
from, I think it's 6 hours from here to Paris, not New
Okay,
York.
that
It's
has
6
time
hours
zones
from
on it.
here to
Good.
London, ignoring daylight savings
Well,
time.
then you have one more zone to go then, so let's see. But it
So
would
that-
be,
So
it would be 6 from New York to Paris.
Yeah.
plus 3.
Yep,
We're going from we're going from
minus 5 to
Minus
plus
5 to
3,
plus
8
3.
hours.
8 hours difference.
Yeah.
So it is-
And in
What's my
the
guess?
morning,
Oh, that's right.
here would
Cross is
already be
14
6
times.
in the
6 in the
evening
evening,
there.
yeah.
I
Might
wanted
be
to
in-
leave earlier.
Are we moving instantaneously or merely very quickly?
It depends on the equations used.
So close
This
to
time.
instantaneously
From our
that it's hard
point
to
of
tell.
view, from our point of view, it will be a short trip, less than a minute.
Okay.
From an outside observer's point of view, well, you can't observe both Moscow and New York at the same time.
Not easily, no.
No, I forgot about that.
Okay, so
I wonder if it's got charged.
So,
In
you're gonna leave
theory,
next
from the
table,
right
right?
place above the Earth's atmosphere, you could observe both with a telescope.
You could.
In theory. What you doing? Does it
It's
glow?
glowing.
It glows in the dark.
Yes.
Not dark enough to, you're charging it off, though, is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can see it
Fluoresces, yes.
faintly.
That's the reactor fallout decay.
yes,
Radiation is our friend.
absolutely.
I think Annie probably knows better than that by now.
That's right.
Via radium suppository to help you with your hemorrhoids.
That might not be the best idea.
Buy a plant.
Okay,
Radium
so,
infused
anybody doing anything
condoms.
else on the 17th, or are we to the morning of the 18th now?
I'm willing to say morning 18th.
All right,
When you,
Well, if we're gonna do morning on the 18th, then I have one more evening I can spend having fun with Paris.
Yep.
okay. Go right ahead. Your character spends fun times with Paris.
And if you have a relationship, you have to work at it.
Absolutely, especially when you do things like make her get naked in the Russian consulate.
not
Sounds
like there was
kinky.
anybody but Jack there to see.
No, there wasn't anyone other than Jack who could see.
Yeah.
There were others there. They
Well,
just
not in the
couldn't.
same room.
Yeah.
Hey, was it,
It's a terrible aspect.
Yes, yes. I believe they had fun and we are at the 18th.
Okay.
Fun was had. What
fun
time
was
was it?
had by some.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
I've heard.
Well, since my underwater gear survived and didn't get scratched, I'm bringing it with me.
Okay.
I'm also bringing 2 crates of dynamite.
Okay.
I'm not
Should
bringing
be
dynamite.
also.
No?
Are you bringing seeds?
Oh, you're bringing Hushaboo.
Yeah, there we go.
Reminds me which cartoon that's.
Oh,
Rocky and
Rocky and
Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle.
Um,
Got that?
About 9:30, I'm up on with the freight elevator, ready to load their stuff and show them to their quarters.
Yeah, it shows up in 2 crates and bag and. Boy, this is really ungodly getting up this early. Jeez.
You know, usually says you don't need to sleep.
Yeah,
I was
but
gonna say you went to bed.
I went to bed.
Okay.
I figured I might not be getting a lot of sleep in the next couple of days, so I will enjoy it while I can.
So the decision was directly to outside of Moscow. You're not
Yes.
going over Moscow. You
going
don't
over.
want that. But outside of Moscow, you're not messing around with London or Paris or
We
any
are
of
not.
those things.
Somewhere on the outskirts of Moscow that's not right over a major road or.
Make a
railway.
science roll.
Oh, well, -4.
No?
How about a +3?
Okay, you are precisely and exactly where you wanted to be.
Excellent.
You did not.
So, in nearby corpse of trees, the tops of trees, the Cloud9 can float over, and we can take the ropes and such down without anyone seeing us.
Okay.
And say a little bit of a hike into Moscow.
Okay.
Well, we're here. It's evening.
6 p.m.
Yep.
A moment later.
Yes.
How many people in the group speak Russian? Annie Wood, Jack Wood, and, well, you're not quite, John Doe is not quite in the group yet. We haven't
Okay. Well,
connected with
part
him.
of the group.
Yeah, part of the group that's coming down from Cloud9.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
Sorry, imprecisely phrased. Oh, good. If it had been just me, I would have grumbled and filled in an unused language slot so as not to be left out. Oh,
No, we just say, oh, he's a mute.
No. All right. So it's 6 o'clock.
It's 23 or 24.
What?
Currently 1924.
It's
1924. Yes.
January 1924. And while I'm actually thinking of it from a slightly different point of view,
yeah?
I believe you speak French, don't you?
Yeah. Right.
It's going to be a very common second language around here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's considered a mark of culture and good education. To
The language
speak
of
French,
diplomacy.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it
And
was
that-
considered
Right.
up
Up
until
until-
about 6 years ago.
Right, but there will still be plenty of people
People
around who know it for one reason or another.
Right.
And someone whose English sounds distinctly upper class British and also speaks French will probably do fine. And you won't be mistaken for a
So-
Muscovite, but
Are we heading into the city now?
presumably.
Okay.
What time did you say?
We're ready at night.
What time did you say we were going to? Or no, it was you that said it at the park.
Oh,
We were going to get to the park. We wanted him or his appointee to meet us at the park at some time.
No.
I
No,
don't think I specified a time of day.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just expecting,
That was
Okay.
the message that was sent.
Okay, you
John
didn't specify,
Doe
just
or
sometime later
agent
than
of
month.
his to look for us. So,
Okay,
so we could just go straight there
we
and
can go straight there and see what and see who's there.
Okay. Well, get dressed. You can hush the rest of the group, I guess.
Yeah, I could, I guess. Yeah.
And I'll wander into the town.
Well, city.
City.
Yes, it is another town.
Wander the streets of Moscow alone.
Shuma wants to drive the airship. I'm telling her she can't. All right.
She'll have to get her.
She'll have to get her own airship. Yes.
She'll have to steal her own just like Annie.
Yeah, just like I am.
Appropriate.
All right. So,
Requisition.
Awe-inspiring.
awe-inspiring. Yes.
If we're walking in at night or during the day?
It is 6
It's
o'clock in the
evening.
evening, so it's not
In
night, but it is
January.
January, so it
So
is
it's-
getting dark.
It's
It is
getting
very
dark.
dark.
Evening twilight.
January, it would be dark.
Yes.
6 o'clock.
It is getting
Oh,
very
okay.
dark very
Oh, then I can
quickly.
tag that and make a godlike +1.
So, you get to the park.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Look around.
It's not a very popular time to be in the park. It's
No,
dark, it's cold,
Cold and it's supper time.
and it's supper time.
Well, depending on how
So-
good a watch someone is keeping, we may need to come back tomorrow morning.
Well, for one
I
thing,
anticipate
you're all
that
hushed, so no one's gonna spot me.
Right.
Right. So do we want to all break stealth or just have one person break stealth?
Annie isn't still.
Yeah. Annie specified that she wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she is staying out of the hush.
Sure.
So one. All right. So you're looking around the park, and like I said, there's
Right.
snow.
Uh-huh.
There's one person, a little old lady sitting on a bench, feeding what few birds are hanging around.
Sunset was about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
not pitch black yet, but it's
It's getting close
getting
to full dark. It's
close to full
late.
dark. Yeah.
Astronomical twilight is ending about 6:30.
And there are
So it's-
like street
yeah.
lamps in the park.
Good, good,
So it isn't like completely dark in the park, but
excellent.
there are areas of darkness that
Mhm.
Jack can make use of.
Yes.
Civil twilight ends about 5.
So
I
Jack
never
whispers that I'm actually not gonna
Precise
become visible,
definition
okay?
of either.
Okay.
I'm,
Either
but if
civil
people
or
want to become
astronaut.
visible, they must walk away from it.
Annie has done it.
I will.
Well, yeah.
Take a circuit of the park, note locations where, John Doe has taught me would be good contact locations, so that I was mentored by him.
Right. Make an academics roll.
Okay. Basically, I'm scoping out where I anticipate being contacted tomorrow. +1, so my academics, I think that comes out to,
I know something
that comes out to good.
I know something that would have been worth
You can take your
doing.
time.
I don't know if it's worth retconning. Looked at train timetables to see what trains came into Moscow this evening in case we need to have a more plausible explanation for when and how we arrived and teleported in on the Zeppelin.
Okay, while you're doing that, the little old lady looks at you like you're kind of doing this weird circuit.
Walking around the park, but in some way that
and you're
doesn't
peering
just look
around
like a
and-
stroll. Yes.
And so this little old lady sitting on the bench is like,
I go up and say hello to her in Russian.
"Hello, young lady. Are you looking for something?"
I'm just refamiliarizing myself with the park. It's just been a while.
Oh. Well,
So, is the bird watching going well for you?
I'm not really watching. I'm feeding.
Well, I figured you were watching them eat.
So, are you a friend of little Ivan?
Is that the nickname of someone that I would recognize?
Ivan Ivanovich?
Who's Ivan Ivanovich?
Not Ivanovich. It's what's his last name?
Yes, Ivan Ivanovich is the name that John Doe goes by in Russia. If memory serves me
He
correctly.
just said no, it
it's not
isn't.
an I
Oh, it
It's
isn't?
his last
Okay.
name.
Alexei Krylov?
That's close
Huh?
to one of his names.
Let's see.
Where'd it go? You saying the wrong name means we forget his right name. Of course, there's the problem that he's got so many names.
Ivan Ivanovich. Ivanoviche.
Is it Ivanovich?
That is connected with the group. That isn't one of the.
Idiot.
I don't
No,
think
Ivan
that's
Ivanov.
Ah,
Ivanov.
Ivanov, okay.
There's
Well,
no- Itch at the
Ivanovich was a different person. I think that was the person that sent the artillery team out.
ah, right,
So, yes, Ivan Ivanov.
Ivan
Okay.
Ivanov.
yes.
Then I will answer. If you mean Ivan Ivanov, then yes, I'm a friend of his.
Oh, good. Can I tell you a secret?
Yes, but it might be a secret. Morgan.
So she gets up close, she puts her hands around her mouth, and she whispers,
Let's see. Brett is thinking that is log, right?
The base of the natural logarithm.
Natural logarithm 271. I don't know the numbers of
Yeah.
it.
Next, yes.
well,
Need to it by a moment,
make a fairly easy academics roll.
and it could be aided by science or engineering.
No, this is an
because-
academics roll.
Okay.
Okay, so without thinking, that's good. Yes, that would
Good
be a
is
good
probably
result,
plenty
and
good.
good is probably get me a
Yeah.
couple more digits.
All right. She only wanted one.
I'm an overachiever. Yes, give her the next digit, and
All right.
this is still in Russian.
So then she. Well, what you also remember is that was the number sequence that was the unlock sequence
for the
for
yes,
the
information on
the
names.
yeah.
Yes.
So she gives you the rest of the unlock number, and
Okay.
then she whispers, "What was the red number?"
And I give the hex
Make
number.
another academics roll. This is a slightly harder one because it's letters and numbers, and fairly long. It's even longer than the unlock code was.
Well, that was a lousy roll.
It isn't lousy. It's only -1.
Why don't you make an alertness and an empathy roll?
Alertness. That is a fair alertness.
Okay, well, that's nice.
Empathy was the other.
Empathy was the other.
That is an average empathy.
Okay, well, that's nice.
So the academics. I rolled a -1. That's not going to be good enough. Mentored by John Doe.
Okay.
That probably included some memory tricks to remember these sorts of things.
Well,
And I get the same result.
oh, that's not good. Yes, I know.
Which is what? Fair?
-1 would be average
Well,
off of my
And
academics.
he said it was a harder
But-
goal than the last one.
Well, the last one matches a known, numerical constant, and she only had to remember one digit.
I mean, if she made it, that was probably like an average, maybe a mediocre.
Right. So that was the first one. I'll just tell you, it was average.
But you gotta average this time, and this one's harder. So
Yes.
Yes.
It needs at least
This is
fair.
a 16-digit alphanumeric code
Oh, that's probably
that she didn't pay enough attention to really memorize.
That wasn't what I wanted to memorize.
No, it was not. And she doesn't have walking library or photographic memory.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, you don't know because you failed 2 rolls.
Well, I think
No,
she's,
that's one of my
I know.
aspects.
That's what I'm.
which will bring it up to good. We're
What I'm
bringing it up to
saying
good.
is, you have no idea.
Well, then I just say I'm not sure you're clear for that.
Well, that gets you, if you spent that for a
Yes,
plus, you're up to
Oh,
a good.
Good. A good probably
And
isn't-
good is probably good.
Yeah, okay, we'll try.
There's a fair chance of being good enough.
All right.
Yeah, get what I remember.
All right.
At good.
Good was exactly what you needed.
Okay.
It might have been better if you'd, taken your time or something like that, spent more time trying to think of it, but good was exactly what you needed, so you kind of slowly
Get the numbers out.
get the numbers out. And she looks happy at you. Oh, you are a friend of little Ivan's.
So is anyone else gonna get out of being hushed, or is it you're still saying hush?
Yeah, it's currently me.
I think it's just currently her, yes.
Yes.
So then she sits back down on the bench and she gestures next to.
Okay, I'll
Her.
sit. So,
Did I give you a piece of paper that had the message on it?
yes, you gave it to Scott.
And Scott gave it back.
Okay.
It was
Probably
a
buried-
blue piece of paper.
Yes, I'll find it eventually. So I've been waiting a couple of days, but
I
I'm glad
hope
you
it
finally.
wasn't too unpleasant.
Oh, it's
today.
kind of cold out here, but I don't really have much to do right now. I'm retired.
Just out of curiosity, does a legendary investigation roll for sight give me any chance of being able to lip read without having the lip reading stun?
No.
Okay. A special training thing. Just wondering.
You wanna be able to do something?
I know.
Take us down.
I know.
And if you were trying to lip read her when she was whispering to Annie,
Yeah, I
he was
would
like
have been
this.
able
she
to
covered
do that.
her mouth like this so that
I
she
I
just-
noticed that.
absolutely could not be lip read.
I
Right.
noticed that.
And she whispered quietly enough, you, paying very close attention, could have maybe heard her, but she was being as quiet as she could.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you notice,
Yeah, it would have
carbon patch, you can
Would
write
have
out and
all-
then pull the thing off.
would have also been legendary for trying to hear it, but I'm not sure how close the rest of us are. That would probably make a difference.
So, what are you here for?
Just looking to see sights in Moscow.
Really?
Meet a person.
Well,
to
you've met
exchange-
me.
Yes, a different fellow. A fellow. Anyways, exchange a few words. Try to stop some interference that has been happening.
Oh, well,
It has gotten several people rather bent out of shape. Some of the things that have been happening. So
really?
It's also gotten some people dead, but
Details.
details.
So how much has Ivan told you of me?
Oh, not much.
Okay.
You have to hear anything to dispute that hypothesis.
Though I somewhat expected more than one person to be here.
Oh, they're around.
Ah,
I was the one that basically said I can make the contact and they'll cover my back. Since I probably wouldn't spot an ambush in this.
no, apparently you can't.
That's a bad day for fighting.
Well, I need to make sure that I'm not giving out information to the wrong people.
Well, I don't think I'm the wrong people, but I'm sure that you can find others to disagree.
Well, if little Ivan trusts you, then that's good enough for me.
Okay.
And now that I know you're you, that's, everything's fine.
Okay. So, I believe that Ivan is aware of the reason we come here. Did he give you any instructions for me on how we might proceed or make contact?
Well,
Other than, of course, you.
you've made contact. I am your
Yes.
contact.
Okay.
Okay, you're driving Jack
Is-
nuts. Jack is breaking hush. What Andy's trying to say is that we are here to eliminate Father Russia
Oh my!
and break up the association between Father Russia and Baba Yaga.
Well,
Well,
if you eliminate Father Russia, there won't be any, I mean,
Oh, I don't know, he
I
might
don't-
still be associated depending on what sort of horse
I don't
he's
want
got
her to
in
be
his
like
soul.
taking over the gang or something, you know.
taking
doubt-
over the gang.
that
He's
doesn't
the head of
sound
military intelligence for the
like, that doesn't sound like the
For-
type of thing that
Russian Federation, is it now?
she would do.
I want her to be out of the picture.
That's
No,
not happening.
That's not a pleasant way to state that.
You might want her to be out of current Russian politics. That might not be an unattainable goal.
That was what I meant. That's what I meant.
How about foreign politics?
She will always be the defender of Russia.
And I have no problems with that. I just have problems when the other nations get interfered with. And her protecting Russia's fine with me. Anyways, we have some ideas of what has been going on here, but we were hoping for some exchange of information so that rather than being a bunch of amateurs just bumbling around, we could bumble around in the right approximate direction.
Is Jack actually like putting his hand over his face there? Or so, what information do you want?
Well, we believe that Father Russia's secret lair has an entrance in this theater, has an entrance in the train station, has an underwater entrance approximately here in the bottom of the river. What's the other ones? Are there any more?
Not that I know of.
And
He actually listed the 4 we know of, not the 3 that he actually did, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't list fake ones, right?
It didn't sound like he did.
So it's the Bolshoi,
The Bolshoi Theater,
That-
the train station,
the train station, the cathedral,
St. Basil's Cathedral.
and then, yeah, St. Basil's.
and then we suspect that there's a link from the river.
Yeah, under the river, yes.
and they, oh yeah, and there's one more, but I'm not allowed to say what it is. I'm using the seat, by the way.
Do we have a fine boy?
We're allowed to talk about any of them.
Yes.
Tempted to jump in with. just
Okay,
one
what did you get for your
question.
deceit? Don't try to fool me.
Worth a shot.
Yes. I was kind of interested.
Little Ivan used to try to do that. Didn't work then either.
I was sort of interested in the Asian fellow who was doing the
Torturing.
The
well,
death of 1,000 cuts.
the surgical precision cuts in order to break agents. Because that's gotta stop.
Yep, that does.
Yes.
Breaking someone like that, it's bad.
Yes, I mean, it's not, torture is not a good way to get to the truth, I agree.
So, pretty good for me.
But, I mean, as far as I know,
There you go. There you go.
only Father Russia knows the identity of that person. Well, I suppose that Baba Yaga does as well, but,
Okay. And we got the impression that there's no real way to trace them without it. Okay. Well, that'll make it interesting. Is there any idea as to where he might be hiding when he isn't converting people?
where, who
No,
is
The
the Asian
The
gentleman?
Asian gentleman.
Yes. Yes.
He doesn't spend any time above ground in Moscow, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
He
He would
somehow
sort of-
enters the underground facility
Mhm.
and then is not there anymore.
Okay.
And I don't know how he does that.
Yes. You are a fine one.
Yeah, well. So you're telling me in order to get this guy's name, we either have to somehow capture him, which just seems to be dubious, or we gotta get Father Russia to tell us.
I,
At least
I'm not sure that is the point.
Well, if we,
I'm fairly certain that if you take out Father Russia, that this person isn't going to be coming back here.
He
It
will
seems like
still-
something of a personal connection with Father Russia.
yeah,
He
which
owes
means
a
he might
debt
come.
or something.
Yeah, well, he might come
He owes
after
a
us
debt
after
or something.
Something
vengeance
like
then.
that. What?
Might come after us after for vengeance then. And take out his friend.
Maybe.
Depends on how friendly that debt is.
It's, yeah, I mean, it's more of a business arrangement of some sort, I think, but yes.
Hello. Hello.
It would be like,
Hi there.
let's say that you were a hired killer who, you know, a sniper. And somebody hired you to kill someone. And then that someone who was your target instead killed the person who hired you before they paid you. In other words, it was a pay after kill arrangement. Would you then, you know, hunt that person to the ends of the earth for no money?
or would
Because you wouldn't be getting
or
paid
would
any.
you just drop on
Ah.
one side?
No. See, if I had a reputation, I would do it even without being paid because people would say I wimped out and would ruin my rep.
I don't think so.
Testosterone does.
Well, we have a very different idea of what a professional killer is then.
So, it seems that as long as we don't get caught and as long as we are successful, he is unlikely to be a direct issue in the moment. That is good to know.
Yeah,
As long as no one else hires him, yes.
yes,
Well, somebody will eventually.
somebody will eventually. So you see,
It would be better if we knew more of him.
like his name.
Well, she said she didn't know that.
I know, but that's why we have to.
I do know he does have one other, association.
Okay.
In China, he works for someone called the Great Mandarin. I don't know who that is beyond that, but that's apparently his primary employer.
Stanley would be proud.
Okay. And,
I think there's one more
was there,
thing worth asking.
is there anything
Well, he broke
that-
hush, so we're standing there.
is
Hopefully
there-
we're all naked or something.
No,
Is there anything?
Relying on that hush. Is there anything?
Is there anything that Ivan has delicately balanced that we want to stay away from? Because I would hate for him to be unhappy with something I was doing here.
No, he's, I believe he's just been doing his work the way he often does.
Very hard to understand at times, but okay. Very
Well,
solid.
one thing I was told was that he at least in some part mentored you.
Yes.
Yeah,
I have.
so did he never teach you infiltration techniques?
I am not the infiltrator that he is. I have some techniques, but
Oh. Okay. Are any of you others familiar with infiltration techniques?
Not I.
Jack knows some, although that's not his usual approach.
I'm good at disguises, but infiltration. No, the espionage is not my area of expertise.
I see.
I can pull off a 9-year disguise with some preparation.
Well, I have the same stunt you do, so
You are better.
well, my seat's better. Yeah. But you see,
No, my main interest lies somewhere else. I have not made a lifetime study of it like John Doe has. I have now become someone who isn't completely incompetent in comparison to most.
so we were thinking of breaking into the secret lair and trying to find Father Russia and eliminate him.
Okay.
And
I'm
hopefully-
sure that little Ivan has done the preparation work to make that, well, if not easy, at least possible.
And hopefully not get killed by Baba Yaga doing it.
I would say it's unlikely that she'd be there. She's only used for very specific tasks.
Contracts.
Yes, contracts, if you want to say it that way.
Yeah, well, and I happen to know what kind of mood she's gonna be in.
From
Well, lucky you. Most people are completely surprised by her when they meet her.
from earlier communications, I at least got the impression that Ivan was actually hoping to have our help, but we don't have specific information as to what he wanted us to do. I don't have any better ideas than what anybody's already said. but
Well, I imagine
some sort of instructions.
break
or-
in, make your way to, try to make your way to where
He is-
Father Russia is. There might be indications as to where that is.
There will be at least a few people inside that will know if we can ask them about it without raising any alarms.
And what sort of personnel should we expect?
Well, I mean, it's a military intelligence facility. Expect
So-
various military intelligence.
Plus their infrastructure, the
Yeah.
clerks. and-
Yeah, I mean, you're going to find secretaries and, you know, things like that, janitors.
Comrade Genitor.
What was that?
Comrade Genitor.
Right.
Soldiers and spooks and file clerks and people who keep the guns loaded and ready.
Hopefully we won't make too much of a mess of it.
The people who make certain that the supplies are kept up,
Yeah. Yes.
Quartermaster Corps.
Thank you for your time.
Certainly.
And I,
Is there any particular time we should strike? It's good, or I should say, not as difficult.
Oh, let's see.
Middle of the night, during a change in shift.
Yes, probably, just before shift change, say 3:30 would be, in the morning, would be the best.
okay, well, that's, our timing might have, getting here earlier in the day than we did might not have.
Have a good day.
Or the
It's
rest of the
evening, but all right.
There's still some,
I'll
there
be here
any-
another couple of hours.
Is there
You have more, what?
any
Yes.
entrance that would be preferred?
the one we can get in.
And
Well, that's true, some of it, train station would be open all night, I wouldn't know about the others.
well, they're always open to me.
True.
Yes, I don't really think, other than the one in the river is probably not the good one to go into. If you're trying to enter through that way, it's an airlock, and
That's pretty noticeable.
it's noticeable, and it's also time consuming. You can only go in one at a time, unless you're really, really friendly.
We can only go in one at a time.
Contrary to the cinema, I'm not that friendly.
It's fine.
Well, okay.
What I'm saying is you'd be squished up, yeah, with just even two, you'd have to squish up next to each
So
other.
the thing is, we gotta.
Hmm?
Well,
You started a sentence and then
You
didn't finish
quit.
it.
Yes.
yeah, well, that would probably be not one we wanna use.
I would say, whichever of the other three is geographically closest. then.
Well, and in addition, that one, I don't know how much you know about that one, but it's also set up, merely, yeah, if, instead of just setting off an alarm, if you have a problem while you're entering that one, the explosives go off.
Are there explosives at each of the entrances?
No, just that one.
Okay.
And it's designed to flood the whole facility.
Not all at once, but eventually, yes.
It doesn't have any, safety features.
Oh, there are safety features, that's why it doesn't flood the whole thing at once.
It just takes a while. The safety features are designed to slow it down, not stop it.
I don't have any more questions. They might.
How deep is the river?
At that point, it's only, I think, about 20 feet deep.
How much ice is on top?
Right now, it's less than a foot.
In a mild winter so far, huh?
Flowing water tends to, you know,
As you've been speaking French, by the way.
Okay.
That-
well, that's fine, she understands French. I mean, I have a picture right here of Minnehaha Creek in the winter. And you can see
Oh, yeah.
it's open water.
Yep.
Because it's, you know,
Freezes at the edges, but the main channel has too much water moving.
but this is, I mean, this is Russia in winter, so yes, there's like a foot of ice.
Well, I think what we ought to do is, disable it. It can't be opened, so, very easily.
Perhaps a possibility. I'm not enough of an engineer to guess whether that would be easier from the outside or from the inside.
It's drier coming inside.
But you see, if you put some kind of thing over it, the outside, the pressure would push it on it.
Ah, point.
It's still drier on the inside. That generally makes it slightly easier. Oh, have the rest of you any questions?
How many people are in there?
Or are likely to be in there about 3:30 in the morning. That's-
Yeah, it does vary, and 3:30 in the morning would be a lower part because there's nobody, it's not a normal part of the workday. I would guess that there'd be fewer than 30 people total. That includes all the guards and everybody who's, you know, on the
Staff.
janitorial staff cleaning.
Mhm.
Code clerks.
Yeah, yeah, very few clerks, very few secretaries are working at 3:30 in the morning. Not none, but very few. Little Ivan would be there, as would Father Rush, because they both have quarters in there.
Possibly then what we want is what entrance would get us to Ivan's quarters the quickest.
Well, I'm thinking he probably would detect us coming in.
Quite possibly.
We are not subtle.
Well, Jack can be.
Mm-hmm.
So,
If we're merely going in a secret entrance as stealthily as possible, wouldn't
on the other hand,
necessarily
if you go in guns a-blazing, yes.
What's the point of going
Well, there would be targets because there are going to be guards
Guards by
near
the-
any
Yeah.
entrance.
Yep.
Right, of course. Of course there are.
So,
So subtlety.
so I would prefer it to go to,
So the
Each
closest one to here and the closest one to sort of the center of, not counting the one in the river, the center of the complex, and that would give you the easiest access to the sleeping quarters, which is where normally both Little Ivan and Father Russia would be, is the one in St. Basil's Cathedral. And she
Yeah.
points, and you guys can
Right.
see, there's a cathedral right there.
And any security measures the cathedral itself has would mostly be directed at ordinary people trying to get places they should.
Absolutely, until you get
Until
into
you
the
get-
basement where the entrance to the facility is, you wouldn't hit any
Substantial.
substantial security. I mean, and if I can't see you people, none of those people would be able to either.
I vote for either
I
finding a
vote where
place.
we discuss this elsewhere.
Yeah, sure.
What, you don't trust me?
I was taught to never reveal more of the plan than you need to. It isn't a matter of trust, it's a matter of sharing information.
Operational security.
so if
If we don't know where we're going in, she won't either.
The ultimate in operational security. We have no clue.
We don't know what the plan is.
We don't know what
How could
we're
someone
doing.
else figure it out?
truer words are never spoken.
Okay, so yes, we house and discuss this privately. Good point. Thank you for your assistance.
So, I suggest we go to each entrance and we subtly get in there, disable. I don't like that either.
Wow, that is a really pretty cathedral.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Yep.
I have to live down with it.
Yes,
I'm hoping
yes,
we
it
can
will be.
avoid
Why are you going to
significant
destroy the
architectural
cathedral?
Anxious
damage.
not to do.
Those interesting textured onion domes.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I would suggest we do is we put a,
So are we going somewhere else and we're at least a little
Yes.
ways away and
Yeah.
re-stealthing?
Discuss.
Yes.
Okay.
should I touch this again?
Have a
Yes.
good evening. And I wander off and hush.
I'd like +4.
Yeah. Okay, so,
Really? Is that all?
Okay, well, should I use a fake point and really jack it up?
No.
No, I think godlike +4 is fine.
I picked a spot, it's in the dark and no lights.
okay,
Are we
yeah.
allowed to discuss while in hush?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
That
We can
does
talk
not
to each
break.
other.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, as long as you keep your voice hushed.
Hush.
Yeah, as long as we're talking quietly with our heads
You're
on
fine.
each other, yeah.
I suggest that we put a explosive on the outside of the secret entrances. So if somebody from the inside tries going out, boom. We do that on the train station, we'll do that in the theater. And then it would be
And then
nice to do it on the underwater one as well.
Well, we can do it on the underwater one. The problem I have with doing it at the theater, at the train station, or at the cathedral is if it's outside of the secret tunnels, it is likely to damage the train station, the cathedral.
I have complete confidence in your ability to do a directed explosive charge.
Yes.
Actually, you are pretty good at demolition, right?
Yes, I am.
So do
In
you see-
fact, possibly a small regular explosive charge in conjunction with one of Simon's little devices.
Not one
No.
of Simon's little devices.
Okay.
That isn't
Is-
demolitions.
His devices won't work well unless they're inside something.
Ah, that's true, and we're putting these outside the,
If we go inside,
Yeah.
then we have to take out guards.
Right,
Somebody might
yes,
wanna
I
check
see.
on the guards.
I
I
see
The
your
guards might
point,
really wanna
yes,
report,
okay.
none of the guards are reporting because we clobbered them, so yes.
Yeah, okay,
Well, we can watch when the current shift leaves and set them after they leave so they go off.
Well, they're not gonna go in and out of the secret entrance. They're gonna go with internal. They're gonna just have one set of guards, go back to sleeping quarters and the other set come out.
quite possibly.
I'm guessing that some of the people don't stay there all the time.
Yeah.
And what
Eddie?
fact are you using the basis on?
Probably not a fact, but a hunch.
But
Okay,
Babushka told us that there'd only be about 30 people in the place
yeah.
Yep.
at
Ah,
3:30
so
in the morning.
presumably she was counting, if she was counting everyone awake and asleep, then we can infer that people do enter and leave the base. That's-
Okay, why don't we make a smart bomb where it lets people go in but not come out?
That would be an interesting design problem.
It'd be an interesting challenge with engineering. But sometimes I expect too much of you. Amy. Well, I don't like all these entrances that they can just scurry out like mice. I want them.
Out of
You
the
want,
picture.
you want them,
I wanna
want them
see
bottled
the
up
entrances
inside, yeah.
before I decide what can and cannot be done
All
by
right.
them. The river one is the easiest to deal with because it will not, under any it is not likely to damage any other structures regardless of what I do there, and it is unlikely to be used.
It's very unlikely anybody be leaving by that one at just the wrong time by coincidence.
Yeah.
Whereas with any of the other three, that could happen.
Yeah.
The river one is the easiest to deal with. The others I have to see because I have to make sure there's some way to place the device so that it will not damage the cathedral, the railway station,
The theater,
theater.
yes. Well, that gives us a lot of ground to cover in 6 hours.
Well, just remember, we're making an omelet here, so something's gonna
Yeah.
have to break.
So shall we start with the river then?
Well, the river one already has explosives in it.
Yeah, but they aren't set to do the same thing we want.
I just wanna make sure that you can't open it up. That's all.
That's true. If you could figure out how to use the explosives they already have, but just change how it's triggered.
If I knew where they are, I might be able to do that, but it is easier to just set explosives
Yeah.
to cause it to close than it is to.
Okay. Right,
Okay,
especially
well,
working under
You got your
water.
suit, right?
Yeah.
I got my suit.
It's back in the airship.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, that's
Wait,
a short
you're-
trip there.
Not even suits,
It doesn't exactly fit in my handbag.
So bummed. But I mean, I have enough dynamite with us to a rig. I'm just trying to remember. No, that's the wrong skill.
So, are we going to scout the three
Yes.
above water locations so we can
Huh?
at least work off of information rather than?
Well, we can yeah, I mean, we'll have to start with the cathedral since I can see the spire of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Let's go to church.
Okay.
And if somewhere we have a moment to light a candle for this mission, it might not be wasted effort.
Well, it's a cathedral,
Yeah.
so I
There's
suppose
plenty
so.
of candles.
Saint Jude, that's who I'm
This
thinking
is
of.
gonna be unfortunate.
It's not a lost cause.
No, I'm not saying it's a hopeless cause. I'm just being, not really, I'm just being sarcastic.
You're not gonna call it the suicide squad, are you?
No.
I still wanna know what Danny K got.
So we get to the cathedral.
Danny K is the founder of St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
No, it's Danny Thomas.
Danny Thomas.
Thomas.
No,
Okay.
Danny Thomas,
Yeah.
right. Danny Thomas.
Alright, so you're there. It
Hey.
took like 2 minutes.
Any alarms on this back door?
Oh, so you're going to the back door.
A back door.
A back door.
Probably
Okay.
some.
Yes, and it is locked.
Alarms.
Yes, there's alarms and there's a lock on the door as well.
Okay. Engineering. That would be fantastic to disable the alarm.
Okay, you basically cough and the alarm is disabled.
That's limiting, huh?
He looks at it meaningfully.
Well, you've got a fantastic, what would you expect? You've got 4 shifts.
So, and I got a superb on undoing the lock.
Oh no, you only got 3 shifts on that. People noticed the amount of time it took you. It wasn't a quarter second, it was what? A second or something like that, I mean.
Yeah.
If it
We
makes you
actually
feel
noticed
better,
that
I
he-
didn't notice the difference.
So, there you go.
Okay, this is great. We got a whole cathedral. We gotta look for a secret entrance.
Well, we know to look in the basement, not someplace up high.
Yeah, don't
that
look.
narrows
Yeah,
it
don't
down
look
a
at
little.
one of the onion domes or something like that.
That'd be a neat trick.
Does, yes, maybe it
I'll
has a
take some
third floor
time to think
basement.
about it. And
Okay.
consult the universe.
Yes.
World War
Oh.
II,
Right.
Castle Colbitz was used as a
Meanwhile,
high security
That
jail
would be
for POWs.
epic.
They started
Yeah.
their escape tunnels in the
You
towers.
know where it is. You can lead them to it.
It's here.
Okay.
There were shafts up in the towers for various reasons.
Mayday shafts, ventilation shafts. Okay. Yeah, well, no one. What?
So,
So-
there's another door that you have to go through that is locked. It's the door to the basement. There is no alarm on this one.
It's just a good lock. Huh? Or
No.
Maybe
No,
It's a-
It's a
just
fair
locked.
lock.
Okay.
It's meant to keep kids out.
Yes, they don't want people just wandering down into the basement. And once again, you got 4 shifts. So,
So we're doing what they don't want us to do.
Yeah. Do it again. I'm doing the font.
yes, you cough or you hip bump it or something and it unlocks. So now you go down into the basement. There are no lights on down here at the
I got
moment.
goggles, so I can see.
Has everybody got their night vision goggles?
Yes.
Yes,
Part of my stand.
Well,
Yeah,
they
it's
aren't
not
night
like they
vision,
weigh
but-
much.
they're close enough. They let me see.
So now we got to investigate the whole basement.
No,
No.
Simon's.
Simon-
Simon
leading
is
you there.
saying, "Follow me."
Okay.
Yes.
Got some Akashic record thing going on or something like that.
So yes, you go down the stairs, you take a right, you go back into a storage room where there are these big storage cabinets up against the wall, and Simon says, roll them like that. Just, they're kind of heavy, but Jack can do it with one finger, basically.
Okay. Yeah, pushes them over slowly.
They are on rollers, so they just roll along, even though they don't look like they should be on rollers. And there is a door there.
Well, hopefully get better luck rolling stuff than I did Sunday.
Now, when you rolled them, you notice that there was like a counter pressure, like they're going to roll back eventually if somebody doesn't hold them.
Or block them from rolling.
Yeah, you could block them from rolling as well. So yes,
So-
there is a
So-
door here.
The easy thing is to block it so that they don't roll out of the way.
Although this may be the entrance we want to go in. But we
It
could-
appears to, yes, I mean, Simon says, yes, this is the entrance to the stairway down to,
Oh, this is, yeah, the one that's closest to the sleeping quarters.
Yes, which is one way we want to go into. Which is also the one that once we go into it and take out the guards, we blow off a grid. One of Simon's grenades or two behind us.
okay.
Something that I can get through easy and the average person would have to put a little effort into.
Mm-hmm.
And it won't wreck the church.
You will
It
not be
absolutely won't, no.
And
So-
I'm not overly concerned about wrecking Russian property. This is a war.
It's not a war, it's
A police
More-
action.
It's,
a chess game with legs on the line.
so, are you doing anything with this door right now? Blocking
Oh,
it,
at the moment.
blowing it, opening it?
I rolled it. I'm holding it. I'm
Yeah,
rolling.
like I said, you slide these cabinets to the side and they reveal where a door is. There's a door right
Is
there.
there a sensor for when the door is open?
Well,
Probably
make an
engineering.
engineering roll.
Superb.
Yes, there is a sensor on this door as part of an alarm system.
I got an epic investigation roll. I'm checking for out of the ordinary traps or tricks, things an engineer might not spot
So,
as best I can.
so, let's say, I can feel that it wants to move, but I'm not gonna push it all the way open, because I'll probably set off an alarm. But I can feel it, that, okay, this goes this way, and there's probably something under, behind
Does
it.
it open inward or outward?
Yeah, well, I didn't push it all the way over.
Right,
I just pushed it, just figured out how.
Oh,
the
I
okay.
think he's talking about the door that was hidden by the rolling cabinets.
I haven't pushed the rolling cabinet
Ah,
out of the
okay.
way yet.
Oh,
Okay,
I-
got it.
I've said
So you
that 3
just-
times.
All right,
Okay.
so you actually
Yes.
only pushed it a couple of inches then.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
wanted.
And you went, oh, if I let go, it will slowly roll back.
And I don't know, and I'm just hoping I didn't set off an alarm, and I didn't think about that.
Okay, so you didn't actually look at any sensors on the door because the door is still hidden by the.
Right.
There's
Cabinet.
a misunderstanding.
But if you looked
Yeah.
at, if you looked
Look
at the
at
sen,
the
if you looked for
cabinet.
sensors on the cabinets, there are no sensors on the
Okay.
cabinets.
Well, see, no one told me that. So
Well,
now,
now we know.
I will push it all the way over,
Okay, right.
and I will hold it.
I guess now I look for sensors on the door and
Yes.
say there's sensors on the door.
And I'm doing my parallel investigation, looking for tricks or booby traps, so that you, if somebody.
It'd be easy enough to disable, but if I disable and people leave, then they'll know that there's something wrong with the system.
No.
Maybe take a look and see if there's any arcane tracks or sensors on the
Sure.
doors.
Yeah.
Like a mystery roll.
Yeah, it isn't like somebody would go and move something in a Russian environment and set off a grenade or anything.
Not paranoid.
Not
Moderately.
paranoid enough.
People don't usually put explosives in their own backyard. Usually.
The Russian guy did. He almost killed everyone.
I know a
So-
secret.
Many of the agents of Father Russia have been known to wear bomb vests and detonate them when they've been captured.
Well, yes, but this is the military intelligence complex.
Yeah.
No.
Legendary.
What?
All right.
I'm just saying, usually.
So
people
you're
don't
looking
mind
very
their own
specifically
doors.
at the door, right?
Okay.
Door and
This
door
is
frame.
not a
Door and
usual
its
guy.
immediate surroundings.
And we know how his agents work.
So yes,
I mean,
What about
Okay.
his secretaries
But
and his code clerks?
even though
and
you're
his
trying to focus on the
logistics?
door, you notice that basically this whole place is mystically active.
Okay.
Simon,
So what can I tell about it?
The door,
You're under a cathedral.
Yes, there is that.
but in addition, yes, the door, and in fact, oh, that's probably not good. You know that door back there
Mm-hmm.
might have triggered something mystically.
Okay.
The one into the basement.
Okay.
okay, so we just get started and we really screwed up. That's wonderful.
Well,
Fine leave.
Or trying to somehow make lemonade out of this lemon if somebody comes to
he's
investigate.
not certain. I mean, a lot of this stuff has probably been here since they laid the foundation of the cathedral.
My point is that leaving exits that are unimpeded is just inviting disaster. You have to be able to seal, all but one and then go into the one.
Right.
Otherwise, our plans, chances of success drop significantly.
So, can you make it look like it was a bunch of kids trying who
This-
successfully broke in through the basement door?
This cathedral was consecrated in 1561, so some of these things might, like the door to the basement,
Mhm.
might have been activated in the 16th century,
Okay.
you know.
The only way I could do that would be to put on a disguise and break hush.
re-pick the lock and do it poorly. Like an amateur.
Leave signs.
Yes.
Okay, I think you can. You even can botch that up. I don't even bother to roll. Cause I have to.
What's your burglary at base?
Yeah, fair.
Would this possibly count as burglary aided by deceit to make
Yes.
something look clumsy?
Yeah.
So that would actually give you a +1 doing it that way.
Is your deceit higher than your burglary?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, it would give you a +1. Yes, if you want to fake a badly done lock pick, you need to roll again, because the one that you did before left absolutely no trace.
Okay, well, I got good.
This one was the fair lock.
Okay, that gives you a shift. You can use that to leave scuff marks and make it look like you actually just barely got it.
Somebody
and-
who just knows how to pick a lock, just managed to get it open.
Mhm.
Give me a
Well, I've seen what I need to see as far as this one. Shall we investigate the others that
Yes.
we want to close off?
Yeah. So, theater or train station?
The
The
theater
theater is
should be closed by now.
And the theater is closer to St. Basil's.
Okay.
Yeah, theater it is.
Okay, it is Friday night.
Ah.
Oh,
It is
so
about it
theater
is
was
about
busy.
7:30 on a Friday
Midnight.
It
night.
is busy. Never mind.
Theater may be busier
I'm not
than
sure
the
where
train
you go to the
station.
theater.
No, you're right. It would be busy.
I hadn't kept
You know-
track of the day of the week. That does make
You know,
Yeah.
the theater is crowded.
You don't
Oh.
see us.
Mm-hmm.
They won't even notice.
They're
We just
unlikely.
have to be dressed in plausible going to the theater.
Or
for
just
us
be
to know
hushed.
better.
Just be
Or
hushed.
That's true.
I mean,
And
the
stay
theater
out
is
of the
crowded. There are
crowd.
people doing things all over the theater. Anything that triggers an alarm will first be investigated for. Did some dumb actor, ballet dancer, or theater goer trigger the alarm?
Good point. You gotta-
So as long
you
as
gotta
we leave
heck
some
of a lot of
evidence
diversion.
to imply this,
Good point.
this.
Okay, sure. You sold me on it.
Alone in the crowd.
That's very appropriate.
Okay. So we're we're moving the cabinets back to where they were. We went up the stairs and
Jiggered
the lock to make it look like just
clumsy.
some
burglar.
idiot
Clumsy amateur, yeah.
picked the lock. We go back out.
Relock the outside door and
Right.
reset the alarm very carefully.
Okay, and then we head to the theater.
Mm-hmm. To the Bolshoi.
So that's about a 5-minute walk.
Might as well go in whatever entrance has the
Wow,
most
that's
people
a
going
very
through.
impressive looking theater.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it is.
I've only seen pictures, but yeah.
Yep.
Built in the time of Peter the Great, I think.
Oh boy, you might be able to blow that up. Cool.
No.
No.
Okay, well, I think we have some votes against blowing up the Bolshoi.
I'm going to consult the Akashic Records to find out where in the Bolshoi this entrance to the villain's lair is.
You
Okay.
have to stand still and concentrate to do that?
Well, I have to
Something-
concentrate.
Okay, but it's something
You can
do
probably
along.
drag me along.
Sure. Just, hand on the elbow gently or something like that.
Hey,
I don't know.
you are not rolling well tonight.
which will make it epic.
Okay. Once again, it's in the basement.
Right.
Surprise.
There is a room where they store set pieces. That has a door that's hidden.
So
I explained to people where it is.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
go in whatever, whatever entrance, whatever door has people going in and out of it that's closest, probably. Not have to putz around with locks and alarms going in a back door.
Yeah. So, still on my stealth roll, I have to re-stealth.
Did you unstealth at any point?
I don't think you
No,
I don't
have
so
stealth.
you don't
Yeah.
have to re-stealth.
Okay. Well, good luck trying to spot us, huh?
Yeah.
So,
Yes, the thing we need to be careful about is not being too obvious of group working our way through the crowd. But,
Right.
you know, if we stick to the edges and such, that
Yeah.
should be.
So are between
There's this gap in the people.
right.
Yes!
Between the door we go in and the storeroom that Simon has told us about, I'm guessing there's at least one locked door we'll have to pass through
The
first.
easiest way to get to the door to the basement is once again through a back door, which is a security door.
Okay. Well, never mind my idea of just going in one of the.
I'm really hoping there's not an alarm on here, but I suppose I should check.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation to check, right?
Yep.
That'd be fantastic.
Yes, there is an alarm on this door.
Boy,
Have
the Soviets
Simon
don't
check.
trust nobody.
Yeah, I'll take a check at the door too.
They probably got an
Good, yes. Suggest.
Okay.
They really don't like me tonight.
I'm having a good night.
Is that like your fourth minus two?
Somewhere at least.
Scott, quit
The
emulating
Fate has a
my
bizarre
rolls.
sense of humor,
Yeah, okay.
which will make it epic.
Alright. There is nothing mystical on this back door for
Okay.
the bolt
Oh,
And I got a, superb to,
Okay, that's 3 shifts. You were disarming the alarm, right?
Yep.
Okay.
now I got
And it is locked.
push the clock, so I got a, wow, I didn't roll well. I got a good.
That's 1 shift. Oh my goodness. People notice the amount of time it takes. Are you alright, Jack?
Did you get enough sleep last night?
Yeah, I actually did.
Anyway. So, but you obviously, yes, get it with an extra
But this is
shift.
about the time you'd normally be waking up.
No, well, okay, that's right. Because
New York Times up, yes.
yeah, the fact that you went 6 time zones eastward, yes.
So,
now
now,
busy to notice any equivalent of jet lag.
so now, we proceed. And this is just to get us to the backstage, so now I have to go down the stairs. Probably another door.
Yeah, there's another door.
Another alarm maybe.
You certainly know it.
Well, I got a superb, probably I got a legendary to see if there's an alarm.
There is no alarm.
Okay, is it locked?
Yes.
Then not-
Well, okay, Jack looks at it and goes, well, somebody may call this a lock.
You wanna,
Lower quality than
wanna-
one on
you
the
wanna take a
outside.
look
Yeah,
at
the
it?
outside one was fair, this is an average lock.
you wanna take a look at it mystically?
Sure. That's an epic.
There's nothing mystical on this.
Okay, I just rolled a +4 on my burglary roll.
You sneeze, the lock opens.
It's only succeeding by 5 shows, so.
Yeah, so somebody might call this a lock.
Depends on using chewing gum. So down we go. It's dark. Put on the goggles.
Is it dark?
No, there is there's a light switch and there are lights in the ceiling, you could turn them on.
Nah.
And if they're not turned on, we won't bother.
No. 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 Go down to the basement. Now we have to find it in the basement.
Okay.
There.
So unless
Yes.
there are more locked doors.
Simon points the way. Go down here,
No.
make a left, go down that hallway, the last door on the right.
Okay, we get to
Check
the
the
last
door.
door on the right.
You're checking the door?
I'm checking the door.
Checking the door too. I got a legendary in my investigation, see if there's any kind of an alarm there.
There is no alarm on this door.
But I'm assuming it's locked, right?
That's fantastic. I'm going to live with it.
Once again, this is an average lock.
Well, okay.
And
that's fair.
fantastic to check for, is it mystically?
Yeah, there's nothing mystical that you
Oh,
see.
okay.
Yeah, that gives you 2 shifts.
Mhm.
Once again, it's a noticeable amount of time on a really not very good lock, but you do it. It opens into a storeroom. Simon points at the back wall where there's a great big stone wall just sort of sitting there up against the, near the back wall area. And
So there's a quote fake stone wall.
yes,
unquote,
these are
against
set
the back wall.
pieces. These are set pieces for the stage, and it looks like a big stone wall, but obviously it's not.
It's paper mache or some such
Something
thing.
like that. You would say that it's great in its ability to deceive.
Okay.
Like somebody spent a lot of time making this look good.
Right.
Well, make it look great, right?
Yes, making it look great.
Making it look
But you
realistic.
know that there can't be a giant stone wall down here in the basement storage room. So it's got to be a fake stone wall.
Okay. Well, if I were,
That's the underground theater in the Bolshoi. It's a rehearsal hall.
Okay.
underground theater
Wow.
in the theater.
Yes.
That's
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fancy for a rehearsal space.
Well, this is on the same level as that, but it's off in a different area.
Other end of the building,
It
more
might
or
be
less.
underneath that.
Yeah, it could be.
You are not in a sub-basement, you're
Okay.
just in the basement.
Okay.
So, he wants to pull a wall away from the wall and see what's there.
I want to take a look.
Okay.
This is the point. This is the point at which I actually am suspicious that it might actually start telling us something. That there might actually be something.
Well, you finally rolled well.
That would be godlike.
All right, what are you looking at right now? You're looking at the fake stone wall?
I'm looking at the fake stone wall, trying to perceive the fake stone wall and anything behind it.
What was your roll?
Godlike.
You think that there's some sort of mystical stuff behind the fake stone wall.
Okay.
The fake stone wall itself, nothing.
Okay.
But
But
you
there's stuff that
perceive
might be
just
triggered
because
by
it's
moving.
not actually a fake, not actually a stone wall. You can sort of perceive through it.
Right.
At minuses, but you rolled so well.
You're right.
That you say, yeah, there's something generally mystical back behind that wall.
On the back wall or on the space between the
Okay.
fake wall and the real wall.
Is moving the fake wall out of the way gonna trigger it? 'Cause I got legendary
No, it's
to look for any kind of a.
Any mechanical or electrical.
it's not on the fake stone wall at all.
Okay.
So moving the fake stone wall should do nothing.
All right.
But you're looking for alarms on? Did you look for alarms on the fake stone
Yeah, I
wall?
got- okay.
No, there are no alarms on
Okay.
fixed stone
So
wall.
we just roll it out of the way or slide it or whatever it
Yeah.
needs.
Once again, yes, it just slides, and then if you let go, it starts
It'll come back.
slowly moving back.
Yeah.
Like there's a, I don't know, a rubber
Counterweight.
band or spring or some
Counterweight
mechanism.
would be an easy way.
You'd have to
do it.
take it apart to figure out what it is, but you can tell that it's just gonna very slowly slide its way back over this door.
So,
Presumably there is a door in the wall.
There is a door in the
behind
wall behind it, yes.
so,
Okay, check the door. That would be epic.
Yes, that mystical activation of some sort that you saw is attached to this door. Something happens if you open this door.
so we don't open the door until we put our explosives out here, behind the stone wall.
That
So that
works for me.
something more will happen if the door is open, something
Alright.
the people opening it from the inside wouldn't expect.
And two, we can jam the fake stone wall, so that we want to open that much.
That's a good idea.
All right.
Might kind of be a moot point if the explosives go off, but on the other hand, it might give more wreckage and debris a person would need to.
It would also act as protection for the theater.
Yes, true, true. Keep the blast contained right there rather than damaging even the rest of this base. Good point.
So, depending on someone does a demolition charge for the things, that also would be minimized.
We only want to protect the stuff that's outside this room, right?
Yeah, inside,
Well,
inside that
yeah.
door, we don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as the room stays intact, if they have to rebuild the scenery, I can live with that. I just don't want the building falling down or
No, I don't
anything
want
like
the
that.
building falling down, I don't want damage, I want the blast to be directed to where you say
Yeah.
other things are. So it's engineering to set them?
Yeah.
Demolition is under engineering.
And I think you get some sort of plus.
We do.
I get like some multiplier on the blast.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder if Dave just said it was a lame stuff.
Demolitions, page 148.
Yeah, I got it all right.
Ah. Okay, so if what you want is more precision rather than greater force, the stunt is less useful.
So all it does is that it's really gonna do a lot of damage to this, tunnel, which is
Well,
good.
what it means is I can use less explosive to achieve
Ah.
better result.
Yes.
Oh, I think screw's probably good enough.
I don't think you're gonna use less than a single stick of dynamite, but
Nope.
okay.
I'm not. But the force can be directed, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it can be directed into the tunnel that exists
Mhm.
beyond.
You know, I hate how they spread stuff about explosions all through here.
Yes,
So irritating.
it's only like in 3 places.
Oh, is that all?
That's why I made
There
that,
it is, explosive.
that's why I made that,
I know, that's why you, for throwing, yes, dynamite and hand grenades and stuff like that. Alright,
really
so,
annoying.
so the force rating of your stick of dynamite is legendary,
Oh, I could've hooked to that.
but, you can increase that by 3 shifts.
If you stun,
Your
Godlike-
stunt,
godlike plus
so,
one.
godlike +1, yeah, that's a lot of force, yes.
But as long as it's going down that tunnel,
Flexibility is a key to set it, and that brings me up to superb.
Alright,
And,
I'm using one of my special detonators that I can remotely.
Yes, the ones that you made just for this.
Yes.
don't you
And-
wanna
and-
have it so if some knucklehead on the inside tries to open it, it goes kaboom?
Actually, I was thinking we set it off when people start running away.
Okay.
Because there's too much of a risk of someone coming and going otherwise, isn't there?
Okay, so you've set one explosive so far at the bull showing
At the
entrance.
bullshit.
It won't harm anything
Out-
outside of this
this room.
room. Its force is directed to destroy the tunnel.
Yes.
And it's got godlike +1 as a force level.
Evidently.
Wow,
So-
trying to dodge that, you need to get godlike +4. No, godlike +5.
To dodge it and take no damage.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you need to get spin on it.
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be tough.
Yes.
Yeah. You kind of need a base of awe-inspiring unless there was some way to tag or to tag some environmental aspect that helped you. Because from awe-inspiring +4 and a fate point can get you to +5.
Well, you only need godlike +4.
Okay, yeah, if you're willing to accept some.
No, you need spin. You need
Okay.
to three over.
Okay, so, well, even better then, you only need a base of legendary before you roll well and throw a fate point at it.
Well, that's the good thing, Edges is so close to legendary.
Well,
The good thing, Edges'
Next
space
one.
is so close to legendary.
train station, I believe.
You're like 6 shifts away from that.
Yeah. Well, I don't intend to be in that tunnel when that thing goes
Actually,
off.
4 shifts if you have dodge, right?
Yes, I have done. But with my base athletics, using the dodge stunt, rolling a +4, and spending a fate point, I would still be dead.
You would have to start out as epic. I think epic.
Starting out at fantastic would do it if you have
Fantastic.
dodge.
Okay. Yeah, with dodge.
Well, there's also untouchable.
Yeah, which I don't have.
But the only one that can take it is you.
Okay,
Everybody else has their
So-
godlike's too high.
so where are we going
Well,
next?
maybe
Train
Simon.
station.
Train station, that's actually kind of far away.
Yes.
Maybe we should get a train.
You really wanna.
Or there might be another appropriate aspect that occurs.
You've got to be kidding me.
That's it.
It is now.
Number 47?
No, number 45 actually.
Okay.
Which gives me an epic.
This is the figuring out exactly where the secret entrance is?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So, we hoof it over to the train station.
Okay, what was, I'm sorry, I was interacting with chat for a moment.
Yes. I have a new aspect. You've got to be kidding me.
Okay. You were short an aspect, I take it?
Yeah, I still, that was my 45th aspect.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still short 2 more. But, and so I use that and have an epic for where is the entrance in the train station.
Oh, okay.
And meanwhile, we are walking over to the train station.
So this one is a little weird.
Okay.
So you go into, it's got a very large men's room. one of the stalls in the men's room is actually, has a full-length door that is locked. You go into that stall, there isn't a toilet or anything, but there's a door in the floor. It's like a trap door.
Is the stall door trapped?
We
Or
won't know until
alarm.
we get there. Simon just was
Oh.
looking for
Um,
location information.
What he has is what people do to get in and out.
Okay.
He didn't like ask the question, you know, when they built it, what did they do?
Yep.
He just wants to know how to get in.
Yep. Okay.
He has to ask a specific question and get a specific answer
Okay.
with his Akashic knowledge. Isn't that right?
Yes.
So,
So when we get there, I will check.
traps,
Yep. Alarms.
the engineering, I've been doing that a lot tonight. No O-1.
And I'll take 2 extra time increments, bringing me up to, fantastic.
So which door is this? Is this the stall door?
The stall door.
Well, it's not really a stall door because there's not a toilet in there, but I mean, it's stall door, door.
Door.
Like, looking kinda like, a janitor's.
Yeah, it's like a janitor's closet or something like that. Except this has a lock on it and it's got an alarm if you don't unlock it in the right way, basically.
Okay.
So the people with the keys, they're just normally
opening.
opening it. But if you pick it and fail, an alarm goes off.
Yeah,
And I
Or you try to force the lock,
I-
or you try to force the door open, or, yeah.
well, I can take it pretty good.
I assume that they didn't do something silly like, okay, there's this locked door, but you can just go over the wall.
No, like I said, it's a full length
Full-length
door, that's why it
Okay.
doesn't,
It's like
it
a
looks different
janitor's
than the,
closet, you know,
Okay.
yeah, like a janitor's closet.
so, and I rolled another plus
It's
4.
epic to see if the exterior, if that door into the.
No. That door, this first door is not,
Mystical.
mystical in any way.
Okay.
And there were no alarms?
There was an alarm. Yeah,
Oh, there was?
Yeah.
You want to disable it, or want me to disable it?
I can try.
Well, I rolled really well, that's.
I can try again.
Okay,
That would have been a bad thing.
no, if you fail this time, I'll look the other world.
I'm afraid
Well,
that
if-
don't touch.
If she tries and fails, she's setting off the
there's an
alarm.
alarm.
So-
don't touch that seems appropriate.
Yeah,
Okay,
Oh, that's better.
That's this one
That
before.
is superb.
okay. And what are you doing here? You're trying to,
to bypass the alarm.
alright, so disable the alarm, basically.
Disable
Yes.
the alarm.
Alright, that's good enough.
Okay.
It's actually a good alarm,
Okay.
so you've got 2 shifts
Shifts
on it. But yes, if you had gotten average, You would have set the alarm
It would
off.
have been
You-
average, yes.
You know,
yeah, that would have set the alarm off.
Yes.
And Annie knew that. She was
Wait, wait,
like,
you ended
I
up with
cannot
what?
do this wrong.
What?
I ended up at superb.
I ended up at, I think, superb, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, then average.
So, so you disabled the alarm, now I have to pick the lock.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, well,
You got
Perfect.
that this is a good lock, so yes, that's quite a lot of 4 shifts. Once again, even though this is a good lock, it's one of those you cough and it unlocks itself almost. I am going to end it here. It
Okay.
is 10:30.
Okay.
so.
Good night to everybody watching the stream.
So there was no mystic on this door, right?
Not on
jan-
this door.
Not on the janitor's
Not on
closet
the
door.
janitor's
I'm kind
closet
of
door.
expecting something on that trap door.
Yeah, well, that's fine. All you need to
38.
do
All we need to do is put explosives on the inside of this door.
Nerd Nerfer says, thanks, guys. He's been chatting a little bit as the night has gone on.
So Annie has 38.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much, Nerd Nerfer, for giving me a follow.
Jack?
I still have 47.
Okay. Rick?
Still
Second
46.
Chris has 47. Edgy?
I rolled a lot of +4s tonight. Can't believe it. I'm making up this